Hey everybody, welcome back to the Current MMA YouTube channel. I am your host, Gordo Gambles, and welcome back to Best Bets. This time, the UFC Columbus edition. We go from UFC London right to UFC Columbus. This is important for me because we're away from the Apex, and we're actually a closer distance to where I live. So I'm fortunate enough to take my winnings from last week and make the trek down to Ohio this week to watch the card. I think it's gonna be super fun. I'm excited to be there in person to win some more money. And that's the whole goal, right? You get there, you're trying to win back the money you paid for admission for a hotel and stuff. And that's what I'm doing exactly with this video right here. If you're new to the channel, make sure first of all, hit that like button, subscribe, because you don't want to miss out. We are coming off of a electrifying weekend at UFC London. Not only did I go 5-0 on all of my picks, hitting everything from a -110 to a +280, but I'm also coming off a +14 unit event at that same thing. If you want to know more, check me out on Twitter at GamblesGordo. I post everything there Saturday morning. All this to say, we are on fire. We're looking to keep it rolling. I've done 3 videos on this channel, have won all 3 times, and we're looking to make it a 4th right here. This is a card I'm actually looking forward to, not only from a fan perspective, being there in attendance at the building, but also from a DFS side. If you want to know more about my DFS plays, check me out at Plays Fades here. But a reason I like this a lot is because I see a clear distinction between fights I see finishing and not finishing, and for that reason, we're able to target our bets accordingly. That's exactly where we're going to go for the first bet of the night. We are taking the fight doesn't go to decision in the Matt Brown versus Brian Barberena fight. When I was first doing my research for this fight, I saw that the fight doesn't go to decision line was briefly open at -130 and -140, and that was exactly why this is the first fight I wanted to talk about. I think at that price tag, you're getting a huge steal. A -175, yes, I love it. Still, I think it's a great bet. You're just not getting that same value that you expected to get earlier on. Now, looking at the tail of the tape, you have the older fighter, Matt Brown, fighting in front of his home crowd in Ohio, versus a guy in Barberena who has looked to hit the decline. Now, I love Barberena, but let's face it, he's had some health issues in the past, and he hasn't been able to be that same fighter since that Luque fight. You're getting a guy in Matt Brown who is a violent finisher, and even when he does lose, his last 4 out of 5 losses are by finish as well. But his last 9 fights, 8 of them had finished inside the distance, and you're getting a guy in Barberena who will push a pace, who will have this fight to the death style. I just think it's gonna be an electrifying fight. I see it finishing one way or the other. Let's stick with the same path. We're taking another fight to go decision, another older fighter, this time in the women's bout, Sarah Mcmahon facing Carol Rosa. Now, I know you guys are thinking, usually taking women's fights to end inside the distance isn't very profitable, but in this spot, we have a very interesting bout between the aging veteran Sarah Mcmahon versus an up-and-coming star in Carol Rosa. Sarah Mcmahon, if you guys don't know who she is yet, she is a very credentialed wrestler where she's getting up there in age. She has fought the best of the best with a few losses on her record, but to the best of the best in Amanda Nunes, Ketlin Vieira, Miesha Tate, Ronda Rousey, Juliana Pena, the list goes on. So where she is facing the upper echelon of competition, she hasn't been able to do as well. That's where you may be wrong. She's doing okay in these fights, but she has a definite cardio deficiency. She's a great wrestler, a great grappler in those first 2 rounds, and then tends to slow down near the end. Now, Carol Rosa is someone who is young, fresh, will push a pace. She may be able to be taken down. It's a huge step up for Carol Rosa in this fight here. But I see this fight finishing one of 2 ways. Either you have Mcmahon, the vet, going out there, subbing her early, or gassing out and trying to do so, and Carol Rosa finishing her in that later round. Sarah Mcmahon has not been to the scorecard in the last 6 to 7 fights, so when you give me a plus number to take these 2 fighters who will push a pace, look to get that bonus out there, I think I'm gonna have to take it. If Carol Rosa is legit, she's able to withstand that early onslaught, wear her out, and finish her in that late round. For that reason, also a little bit of change on round 3 for Carol Rosa, but I do think it's a fun fight that ends inside the distance. Give me that plus money at +130. All right, let's get you guys a money line pick this time, and I'm gonna take Luis Saldana, the first fight of the night, over Bruno Silva. And I would give you guys a price tag, but the line seems to keep moving. Right now, it's going up at +102. It's gonna keep going. Let's call his money line around -105 right now. Now, Luis Saldana at -105, I think that is an absolute steal. You have a guy, Bruno Silva, who went out there last time out, fought a top price ring back to Sarian, didn't get finished, but he didn't impress me overall. Saldana may be 0-2 in the division, but he went out there and he showed a decent skill set. I think that when you compare these two, the big takeaway is Saldana's going to win the minutes. Souza is not a minute winner. He's a guy who's probably a knockout or bust, or he likes to move around the cage. And I think that the opportunities to score points and win their scorecards are going to be on Saldana's side. Now, is a knockout there? Maybe, but Saldana's shown to be pretty durable in the past. The only concern I'm going to have on the Saldana side is that cardio, but I think he's able to stay at such a slow pace because Souza likes those slow fights where he's on his bike, moving around, and that's probably going to help Saldana in this fight here because usually he gets put a pace on and tires out. Don't think that's going to happen here. Instead, I think it's going to be a lengthy 15-minute kickboxing bout where Saldana wins those minutes, and for that reason, I'm taking him, and even better at plus money. All right, another prop for you guys this week. We're gonna take Curtis Blaydes inside the distance. The main event, two big boys going at it. You have a guy in Curtis Blaydes who's been at the top of the division, who we all know is the best wrestler at heavyweight. He's gonna go out there facing Chris Daukaus. Both these guys have recent loss to Derek Lewis. That's not gonna matter here. The way I see this happening is takedown after takedown for Curtis Blaydes. Finish with some ground and pound, 5 rounds to do so. I think he does it. Can he get the takedowns? Yes, like I mentioned, best wrestler in the heavyweight division. He has nasty elbows from top position, and I think he's gonna go out there, and we haven't really seen Chris Daukaus off his back, and I think that Chris Blaydes is really gonna exploit that. I think he is the much better fighter here, much better path to victory, and I think he does so inside the distance. Give me that at -110. As always, we're gonna take a higher long shot prop right here. The prop like the most, let's say above 350, I can get at plus 360 right now, is Askar Askarov by submission. Now we all know Askar Askarov, great talented fighter, top of the division, should be fighting for a title shot eventually. Facing a guy in Kai France who just went out there, knocked out Cody Garbrandt, has a little bit of steam, and these paths are colliding right here. Askarov may not be a finisher, but what he does have here is a clear grappling edge. We all know that. Kai France may have the power on the feet, but he has no ground game compared to Askarov's great top control, great grappling, and great wrestling. One thing I've noticed on tape is Kai France gives up his back a lot, and in doing so, he's going to leave the opportunity for a slick grappler in Askarov to go out there, grab his back, and be able to grab a sub there as well. I think at plus 360, if you want to put half a unit on it, I think it's a great bet. I think that submission is very, very live. All right, that's gonna do it for best bets here on the current MMA YouTube channel. If you guys want to know anything else I'm playing, maybe some parlay pieces, I like that main event to end inside the distance. I like Kurziev to finish at -250 or whatever that crazy price tag is. I also don't mind Manon Filio to win, even though she's -500. Those are 3 parlay pieces I don't mind either. Not gonna be official play, but just in case you guys wanted them. If you guys want to know anything else from my side of things, make sure to check me out on Twitter at GamblesGordo or my DFS video at PlaysFaze on YouTube. I think it's gonna be a super fun card, even more fun for me in person. So I appreciate you guys all the support on the video. Hopefully that was enough for you guys to leave a like and subscribe to the channel here. We're looking to keep this hot streak rolling. It's been 3 events so far on fire. Let's make it 4. Let's make some money, guys.